Nerd Morning everyone, my name is Jeremy and today on the Nerd Morning Show I want to talk about the comic book event X-Men X of Swords. Now this is obviously focusing in on the X-Men characters and it is involving all the different X-Men comics on their different storylines. They're all blending and coming together for this comic book event. Now, X-Men has made a lot of shifts and changes over the past year. With House of X and Powers of X, the mythos of X-Men really took a shift and is entered into a new comic book X-Men era called Dawn of X. Now, in this new era, the X-Men have made their own little country. They're living on a continent called Krakoa, and they have been working with different characters that have been sometimes in the past villains like Apocalypse. So there used to be an older ancient continent called Araku, and this split into two different continents. Krakoa, where the X-Men are currently living, as well as Araku, which has their own mutants and own group of people. And because of different events that are happening, there is going to be a big conflict because there are these ancients from the other world that are teaming up with the people on Araku, and they are going to be causing some troubles, and Apocalypse kind of started this happening, but the Apocalypse and the X-Men are trying to stop them from invading the world and all that kind of stuff. So with this really big event, they have to have 10 champions to be chosen, and they will be having these magic swords, and those are going to be like their key in order to be able to enter in this conflict in the other world, in order to be able to qualify for them to be the heroes that are going to take on the ancients in the other world as well as the mutants of Araku. Now there is 22 chapters as well as 2 prelude comics. So there are 24 issues that are involved in the X of Swords event. So I wanted to go and build a checklist for you guys, something that you're going to be able to know. These are all the comic issues and the order that they need to be read in order to get the full experience of X-Men X of Swords. So starting out in the first prelude, that is an Excalibur number 12. The second prelude is an X-Men 12. Chapter 1 is an X of Swords creation number 1. Chapter 2 is going to be in X Factor number 4. Chapter 3 is going to be in Wolverine number 6. Chapter 4 in X-Force number 13. Chapter 5 in Marauders number 13. Chapter 16 in Hellions number 5. Chapter 7 in New Mutants number 13. Chapter 8 in Cable number 5. Chapter 9 in Excalibur number 13. Chapter 10 in X-Men number 13. Chapter 11 in X of Swords Stasis number 1. Chapter 12 in X-Men number 14. Chapter 13 in Marauders number 14. Chapter 14 in Marauders 15. Chapter 15 in Excalibur number 14. Chapter 16 in Wolverine number 7. Chapter 17 in X-Force number 14. Chapter 18 in Hellions number 6. Chapter 19 in Cable number 6. Chapter 20 in Excalibur number 15. Chapter 21 in X-Men number 15. And Chapter 22 concluding in X of Swords Destruction number 1. So there you have it. That's the checklist for the X-Men X of Swords event that's happening in 2020. I think it's going to be really fun. I'm really excited for this and all the different stories that are going along with it. So hopefully this checklist is helpful, and we'll catch you guys next time on another video.